Hey everyone, welcome back to the 3L podcast with Eman and Mimi.
Talking life, love, and legacy.
Hey babe, how are you? Okay?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. How are things?
Yeah, good.
How you finding, you happy we back?
I'm happy we're back. Like obviously we had to go back and look at old episodes, and I was like, oh my gosh, like it's so different now. We're different people as well.
Yeah, growth is good.
From the last episode we filmed to these new ones. So yeah.
But even
To this new season, I should say, not yeah.
when you look at the camera quality,
I
like
know.
life has we've leveled up.
Levels.
We've leveled. Like no, we're doing well, man. We thank God for everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, I love this topic. This is my topic today. Today we're talking what I like to talk about. We're talking about money. We're talking about money and relationships.
Yes.
All right. So I guess the best place to start is because what were your money habits coming into marriage? How did you grow up before you got married? Like, how were you with money? What did money mean to you?
Hey, before we got married, money was, I guess it was scarce, right? So money wasn't necessarily there. It kind of felt like you were just kind of working for every pound and working really, really hard. So coming into the marriage, I was very much of a saver type mentality, not necessarily hoarding money, but I was very, very careful with money, how I spent money, and obviously worked hard to make money. So that was very much how I came into our marriage, thinking and viewing money.
Yes, you were very much like budget.
Yeah.
And I get it, but obviously, I guess I grew up with like not having. So when I got successful and started to make more money, like I was like, I'm gonna give myself certain things I want to enjoy and stuff like that. And obviously, when I first got married, although I was a financial advisor, I wasn't really putting what I was learning into practice as much because. So, and that's a big thing. You find doctors, lawyers, loads of people that know the right thing to do,
but they're not
like
doing
doctors
it.
might still smoke or might still do like it. Sometimes it takes time for you to really deep what you're able to tell other people to apply it to yourself. And like so, it was just like, wow, why are you restricting so much? But also, what I felt was a standard, you felt was a luxury.
Yeah.
And I think that's where a lot of not drama, but a lot of disagreements came in regards to what we did, how we spent money. I remember when we sometimes we'll go shopping.
Yeah, food shop.
Big Tesco, Lewisham.
Yeah.
Big Tesco. Go in there, and obviously 24 hours, so we could sometimes we'll go late at night when it's quiet, so we can just go around the different shelves. And the way I would just be like, put this, you're like, babe, we don't need that. But like, no, this is always in my house. Because I'm coming from my mum's house. These are things that are always in the house. If I need to make something quickly or do something like it's in the house. The amount of wastage. And then I remember I eventually like online shopping became a thing because I remember like obviously going in the shop, you see all this stuff, you want to pick it and buy it. Once you got to online shopping, it made things so much better.
Yeah, because you could budget, you could only pick what you needed, and your eyes are not, because as humans you eat with your eyes, right? So you just see, let me grab. That's why till today I don't like going shop with the kids, because the kids, hey, mommy can I have, no, that's not on the list. So yeah.
So what would you say is like your biggest money lesson in marriage? Like what is when it comes to money, what's the biggest lesson you've learned from money?
It's not your money, it's our money.
Woo! Can you please say that again? Say it again.
It's not your money, it's our money.
That mindset is so important. Please explain it.
Because if you're thinking it's your money and you're spending like it's your money, at the end of the month, when the bills comes, who's paying it? Where's that money coming from? You have to look at money as this is a joint thing. Money will come and money will go. But if you both have the same view on money, there will always be money in your bank account.
Bro, but I tell this story all the time. Like when we got married, I was paying the majority of the bills, but it was always our money. We had a joint account. Money would go into our joint account. Like there was no money being hidden. We were open. When remember I work in finance, when we had the recession in 2007, but the effects of that recession weren't really felt in 2007. They were really felt in late 2008 and then 2009. That's when we saw loads of redundancies, loads of banks having to make changes and reforms and all of this stuff once they had figured out what went wrong with the economy, and that saw a lot of change, especially in the banking sector that I'm in. And so because of that, then obviously started to have online banking and people started to use that and less people coming into the bank and the whole landscape changed.
Yeah.
And so all of a sudden I went from doing a job that that's paying me X to now getting made redundant and getting paid Y, and it's all of a sudden life is tough again.
Yeah.
And because it's always our money, when now your cakes was booming them times, like you were doing, I remember there were some weeks you do like 14, 15 cakes in a week, like, and you were just like, people were just ordering cakes and you were just doing amazing with your business. And there were times that all of a sudden you were paying the majority of the bills. Do you know what I mean? But your attitude never changed. I always said your attitude never changed towards me, because when I was up, I didn't treat you like you were down. So when you were up, you didn't treat me like I was down. We were just both working together to get ourselves through. We're a partnership.
Yeah.
And I think it's so important. Like, that is such a great lesson.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like if you guys always have that same, and I know money is such a big thing, especially nowadays. You hear it, if the man is not earning X, Y, Z, da 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 da. But at the same time, it's a partnership. You're coming together to build a future, a legacy for both of you, not individually. So you always have to have that same mindset. And for us, we know respect is a huge thing for us. So why am I going to treat you a certain way? Because if you start treating each other in a certain way, especially when it comes to money, that's where problems will come.
Yeah, I feel like we hear this all the time, like in regards to maybe husband and wife, they're earning similar amounts. I think when husband does better and income goes up, it's normally okay. But we hear a big drama when all of a sudden the woman is earning more.
Yeah.
Now, what do you think about that? Do you feel like it should matter? If the woman is earning more, so let's say you're earning more than me, do you feel like you would look at me differently? Do you feel like you would treat me differently? Do you feel like your respect for me would be different? Do you think I would act different towards you? Like, what do you think would happen?
Knowing you in our situation, I don't necessarily think anything will change. I feel like you will just look at it as, I need to get my money up. I need to not necessarily out earn you, but if she's worked this hard to get to this point, I can work hard to get to this point. And I think that's just how it will be. I don't necessarily feel like I would treat you differently or you would treat me differently. I think we have a healthy respect for each other to realize that this is beneficial for our family as a unit.
Yeah.
And I feel the problem comes in that situation is when, if that person starts to treat you differently because they earn more, then you're going to change, or you're going to start treating that person differently because they earn more. That's when problems arise. But if you both treat each other the same, there's no issue.
What's your thoughts about women dating or marrying men that they earn way more than? Like, a woman's on 150k and then a man is on 35 grand. Do you think it can work? And what would be your advice to that woman or to that man?
I think in that situation, ego is going to be the biggest thing. Because if the woman doesn't care and the man doesn't care, it's not a problem. But if you care, if you're a woman and you want your man to earn more than you, find someone that earns more than you. Because it doesn't make sense to go be with a guy who earns less than you and you're upset at that and then hoping that things are going to change.
But are women penalised? Because if a woman is earning 150k, like, that means you're in the top 5% of earners, let's say. Like, there's not that many men earning that. Then on top of that, there are a lot of men that don't want women that are not comfortable with women earning that level of income. And then the majority of men that you will come across will earn less than you. So if you then take that mark, I only want a man that earns more than me, like, what do you think? Do you feel like that can then mean that she ends up being single for much longer, or ends up not being able to find someone?
I think there is that aspect of being penalized, but in all things, what are you willing to accept for yourself?
Yeah,
it's literally what it comes down to. If you're happy with your man and your man is happy with it, please understand, and he's happy with it, then you have no problems.
Yeah.
But if there is going to be an issue with it, then don't do it, because eventually resentment will grow from either party, and then you're going to end up walking away anyway.
Why do you think there's an issue when it's women earning more than the men and not the other way
I
around.
think society says that a man should be the breadwinner, right? Society says man should earn more. So because of that, it's already ingrained in your mind that you should be the provider, you should be the one earning the most money. So a lot of men do have that preconceived idea. So when they meet a woman who earns more than them, already they're kind of like on the back foot because they think, oh, she earns more than me. I'm not necessarily be the provider. But you can be a provider in so many different ways. Financially doesn't necessarily have to be being a supportive partner, loving, being all the things to your wife could be just as important as bringing a financial aspect to it.
Yeah, even when I speak to my clients, I also feel like there are a lot of women that when they earn more money, which I deal with a lot of high net worth women, like they don't realize it, but their attitude changes.
Yeah.
Like the way they speak to, again, because you're in, to earn that level of money, you're in a mainly a male dominated, most of your counterparts that are earning similar to you are men in your workplace. And so you have to almost become a bit more manly or be a bit more, have a bit more aggression around it, because otherwise they're gonna take from your plate. Do you know what I mean? And so what sometimes happens is that they lose their femininity in that, and then they come across quite manly towards men, and then it's not as attractive, and the way they may talk, the way they may, so there has to be a balance in regards to, it's all good chasing your money, but a man is still going to want to feel like a man when he's in your presence. And if you make him feel beneath you or lower than you, then I feel like it's going to be a problem. Because again, I feel like men never, like a woman, she'll have no job. A man will still date you. A man will still pay for the bill. A man will still take you out. Still, like, do you know what I mean? Even if you got no, like, a man can be hustling, maybe have a low income, but hustling towards his goals. And a woman will just be like, you're nothing. You can't even talk to me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
When there are women that literally, they leave their house, they go to club with no money, and yet they drink all night, they eat all night, and go back home. Even ask somebody to pay, a stranger to pay them Uber to get home, that they just made the club that day. That's the confidence women can walk around with no dough. But let a man be short.
Why'd you have to bring height?
Not high. I mean short as in money.
Oh, okay.
Like, but even short, but that's another thing. But let a man not have money. Like, be short, not able to. I'm paying 90% of the bill. Can you just cover the tip, or can you just cover the VAT or the service charge? Are you a man? Like, now you want to talk to a man differently. This smells like broke to me. You that live in your parents' house and have no dough. Somebody is paying and you're calling them broke.
Oh my gosh. I feel like when it comes to money and relationships, right? I think my one thing is do what is best for you. Because you're the one that has to live with the consequences of your actions and your decisions.
Exactly.
That's how I look at money and relationships. Do what works for you. Okay. So yeah.
No, I'm with you. So like, now we're in a relationship. What do you think about joint accounts, marriage? Like, what's your thoughts? Do you feel like it should be?
I think joint accounts are always good, especially for shared bills and stuff. And I think obviously everyone needs their own spending account. Everyone needs their own, I guess, fun account or whatever you want to call it, because you might want to buy, like, if you want to buy gifts for your husband, you don't want him to see. If you want to buy things for yourself, like, you don't want to be asking, you don't need to be asking your husband for money. Like, you should have, especially if you're working, you should have money put aside for yourself, and you should have savings as well for yourself, same way he will have savings and you have your joint savings. I think there's joint and then there's individual as well, and obviously, but at the same time, be transparent, right? It's not like we're hiding or hoarding money in one side, just,
I feel like also though, just being real, like sometimes there can be resentment, especially if you're someone like myself that pays majority of the bill and then bills, and then you're like at home and then you're doing cakes and then you're making this cake money, but I never see none of this cake money. But then you're like, so then it can build resentment, like, oh, how come when I make money I have to pay all these bills that we can see, and then when you make money it's all for you? Like, it feels a bit unfair. But the reality was actually, and this is why, again, it's all about communication. I think sometimes men will hoard these feelings. Me, if I feel something, I would tell my wife. We have open open communication.
Yeah.
So I'd be like, rah, how come you did like 10 cakes today? I can't see £100, £200. You can't pay one
Yeah.
of these bills. And you'd be like, oh, actually, number one, I did, when I buy my cake stuff, I do the household food shopping as well. So that covers in there. I take that. Oh, I pay this other stuff. Oh, I do this for the children. Plus I save, because obviously my cakes are up and down. So sometimes I have really busy periods, other times I don't. So I want to make sure that I have enough money going forward for the future. And it's like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Because guess what? If you don't save and you don't have that, it's going to be back to me.
Yeah, exactly.
So now it's a problem for me, because now
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about bills, but then I also have to worry about the bills. I have to worry about how you're going to survive and
Yeah.
pay your bills and do what you need to do. So then you're now coming to me every second for money. So
Yeah.
it's important for you to be responsible with that money. So it's important that you don't just use that money and give that money away like it's like you make it every week, because you're a business owner and you have some good months, some bad months, some up seasons, down seasons. So so that is my point is that we need to have the communication.
Yeah, I think in everything you're facing in a relationship, marriage, communication is key, because assumptions can be made very quickly. And you're thinking in your head XYZ, but reality is completely different from what's actually happening.
Bruv, it's like the angel and devil on the shoulder, isn't it? And you're just walking, and that red devil is looking at your ear like, rah, you know what? I swear she's got dough, you know.
Yeah.
I bet she's got some secret bank account, some secret stash. And then the second she finds a new man, she's gonna run off with him and take your kids and the money, and you're gonna be left broke. You're here paying everything. And that's why, again, influences around you. You have to have the right male friends, the right male people, so that when they're like, you're able to share. It's good to have. I always say, now that I'm married, I love to hang around with married people. Do you know what I mean? Because they understand what I'm going through. Yes, I have friends who are single, and that's cool, and we can definitely hang out and talk. But I think there's something about being around people in the same situation as you. They understand. When I go out now and I say, listen, like, let's say something starts at 6, I get there like 6:37. Bro, when it's 9, it might be finishing at 12. When it's 9 o'clock and I'm saying bye, these are like, oh yeah, we understand what the kids, or this, that, oh, there's no babysitting. Oh, do you understand? They're calm. They're just happy you came out.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because they understand that what you're going through. Whereas a single person is like, rah, why are you leaving so early? Party people, stay, this, that. Then now you stay. Then now when you get home, your wife is saying, I thought you were going to come home by this time.
Yeah.
You're coming home late. Now you're in drama. Whereas the married people understand.
Yeah.
So they're like, no. You didn't even come out with your wife? No, I know you're not staying long. Man will say that when they first see you. Oh, where's your missus? Oh, she's not here. Oh, yeah, you're not going to be here too long, right? No, I'm not going to be here too. Man knows because know how it is.
Because they're in the same situation as you. You're leaving, 10 minutes later, they're ducking as well.
Exactly.
Like, do you know what I mean? So yeah, 100%.
So it's important. So let's go on to the dilemma for this week. My wife lied about being in debt before. So my wife lied about being in debt before we got married. Sorry, let me say this again. The way this is written is my wife lied about being in debt before we got married. I found out from a letter. I feel blindsided.
Yeesh.
It's painful.
That is 100% painful. I think money is one thing that needs to be spoken about before you guys get married. You guys need to lay it all out on the table, because there's nothing worse than signing on the marriage registry and the next day someone says, oh, by the way, I'm 30 grand in debt. It's now your debt. It's
how are we going to solve it?
How are we going to... And please be honest. Yeah, I know we use wife in this situation, but it's been on the flip side. We've seen situations on the flip side as well. My husband has been in debt. He's default, all of this stuff, and he didn't let me know. I'm not talking about him specifically. I beg. No, that's why I said it's on the flip side. I'm seen just making situations. Sure you understand.
No, I was very clear.
No, we were very open with our finances before we got married, and we've pretty much stayed that way throughout our whole marriage as well. But we've seen situations on the flip side where the man's hid debt and, you know what I mean, and the woman's found out after the fact. I think it's very dangerous. It is very, very dangerous, especially if you're married to someone who hates debt and then you bring this on the table. I've seen people walk away from marriages because they found out about debt. They're just like, I'm not doing it. I've seen people where they've sorted out the debt and they've gotten more into debt. And yeah, it's a messy, messy thing. Be honest, because it never ends well.
No, I'm with you. I think I say this all the time, but if you are comfortable knacking before, you know, from date one, you wanted to knack. maybe didn't get on the first date, you go on the second date or the third date. If you are able to talk about all the different things you want to do, up, down, downstairs, off the chandelier, power slam, jump this, splits, you want to do all of these things. If you can be, if all of that is normal and that is not too much to talk about, then please, it's not too much to talk about your finances. It's very important that we are comfortable to talk about our finances, because again, when we look at after infidelity, the second biggest cause for divorce is finances. Money worries, money issues, money problems is the second biggest reason for divorce. All right. And so it's so important that we really understand what we're doing. It reminds me of, we watched a show on Netflix. You remember the show on Netflix with the guy that was a chef, and then his mum came back into his life.
Oh yes.
And then his mum basically, she's a professional fraudster, like scammer.
Yeah.
And so she just basically swindled her own son because it was lockdown. She couldn't go to another country, so she finally got in touch with him, and then swindled him because she was stuck in the UK. Then the second she could fly out, she flew out. And because she swindled him all his money, his wife left him with their child. And now he's divorced. He lost everything. He was in a good financial position. He was a chef. He still got his business as a chef, but everything, he lost his wife, lost his kid, lost his money, lost everything. That's the power of making bad financial decisions. Like, we're talking about his kid and when I say lost his kid is in another country. The wife's parents are in Australia. I think it was Australia.
Yeah, Australia.
Or New Zealand, one of them. So she moved back there when she left him. So now your child is growing up without you on the other side of the world.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure the wife was saying to him, be careful.
Not pretty sure. In the thing, she was saying that, she was telling him, be careful, be careful. Even when she just had the baby, the mom said, I need you. I'm going to die soon. He left his new pregnant wife to go and be with his mum. Like, these things build big resentment. Do you know what I mean? But then on top of that, you got your whole family into debt. You have to sell your house, sell your everything. Like, your wife couldn't look at you no more. She lost respect for you. And a lot of the time, the financial decisions, and this was his own mum that did this. So if your own mum can trick you, what about friends? What about being in the wrong crowd and so forth? So you get into the wrong financial decisions, it can have a big negative impact. So that's why when I tell people I don't make financial decisions without consulting my wife, it's not because I'm a simp or because my wife has got me on lock or whatever. It's because we are in it together. The decisions I make impact her life and my life and our kids' life. All right? And so it's important that we make these decisions. No, I'm the man. I'm the boss. I'm making most of the money, so I should make the I must involve her throughout the decision so that we're on the same page. Because the day we're on different pages is the day to the beginning of when our relationship will begin to be in the bin.
Definitely.
All right? And again, these things hurt. Like, these things hurt. There's a hurt. There's a tear. I always see it as like a book. Like, when you now find out that your partner already had debt before and they never told you, and we've been dating for years and never said nothing, and then now we're married. Even now we're married, you haven't told me. I've just happened to find this letter and seen it, and now find out that there's now this debt hanging over us. That's a rip in the book. If they keep ripping, eventually the book is ripped in half.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So you can't sellotape that back. You can't sellotape that back. And even if you do, it's not, the book is not going to open.
Yeah.
The pages are not going to move the way they used to. Do you understand? So it's so important that you don't tear your relationship to pieces with lies and being secretive, and let money and you wanting to be in control and in charge and make decisions mean that now you're just causing a tear in your marriage. So it's so important that you're open about money. And again, know your strengths and weaknesses. So the reason that my wife does the food shopping is, again, number one, I'm fat. Number two, I like to eat food. So let my wife, who is very responsible, pick. Otherwise, if I pick, she knows. If I pick, I'm going to pick the wrong things that I shouldn't 100%. Be eating. And once they're in the house, they must be eaten.
They must be eaten.
So know what you're like. It's not weak. It's not weak if you hand over certain financial responsibility. No, because you're the man, you must do everything. Know whose strengths and weaknesses are, and then, hand them out accordingly. So
no, definitely. Yeah. I think, again, it's a shared responsibility. It's not on one person. Like, when it comes to the kids, for instance, I deal with all of that. because his brain is just not going to, his brain is not going to compute what needs to be done, what doesn't need to be done with the kids. So it's up to me to do that, and that's fine because it's my strength. His strength might be our pensions and our investments and stuff like that. But me, it's the day-to-day running of our lives. That's my strength. So it's just about finding what works for both of you, and then that just makes everything else.
Do you think financial dishonesty is worse than just normally being dishonest, like a normal lie? Is it because it's to do with money? Does it make it more a worse lie?
Not necessarily. I feel like financial dishonesty is bad, but you can always sort out finances, right? You can always, especially if the person wants to sort it out and communicate and sort a plan, you can always sort it out. But I think sometimes emotional dishonesty is bad because sometimes that's trust. I guess all of it is trust, but it's the level of trust, right? It depends on what the emotional dishonesty is.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Like you said, I feel like not any dishonesty is bad. But I feel like financial dishonesty, like you said, you can always pay it off, or we can always sort it out.
Yeah.
But sometimes in regards to like there's certain lies that you can't come, especially emotionally, like you can't come back from. So I think you just try and be truthful as possible. And again, we have to create spaces for people to be truthful. Yeah. So you can't sit there and tell people they should be truthful and honest with you if you can't handle the truth. So you must work on yourself.
100%.
A lot of us have to work on ourselves. Like the reason me and Mims can have this open communication is that when I tell her the truth, she's not taking it personal. If every time, and this was a problem in the beginning, I would tell Mims the truth, she'll cry. Then I would tell myself, she's crying. Let me not say it then. Then when I don't tell her stuff, she's like, oh, you should have told me. And I'm like, but if I would have told you would have cried. That what man wants to make a woman cry? So, and then eventually I had to realize that actually she's not crying because I'm not making it like that's just how she expresses herself in certain situations. And it's okay to cry. It's not a crime. Do you know what I mean? So I'd rather tell her the truth and she'd be upset or she not like to hear it than me not tell the truth and then hide it. And then it's just growing and growing and growing. All right. So like, if you want honesty, you have to create an environment where we can be honest.
Yeah. And I think women as well, sometimes we don't want to approach our husband because we don't like how he's going to react. But girl, you ain't helping nobody by not telling anybody. Telling your friend is not going to help your situation. You have to speak to him. You have to tell him. Yes, he might get angry. Yes, he might walk away. Yes, he might go to his boy's house to go and rant and whatever. But you said it now. Now you have to deal with it.
Yeah.
You have to deal with it.
It's important. I love that. Well said. I'm proud of you. Look at the growth. Look at the growth.
Grace and growth. That is the two.
Trust me. Let's talk about building wealth together. What's your thoughts in regards to like us even like just on this wealth journey, like in regards to like buying a house? Like we bought our house, even though again, because I earn more, I put more deposit down, but we own our house 50-50. In fact, we own our house joint tenants in common. Rather than joint. And that's another thing that you should think about is owning it. When we did our estate planning, it was better for us to own it tenants in common. So we actually own our house 50-50 separate. Like your half will go into your will and my half will go into my will. And so these are the types of things that you want to look at doing and getting things set up rather than joint. Owning it joint where 100% goes over to you. And then if, for example, you got remarried and then got divorced, 50% of everything will be gone to somebody else. Do you know what I mean? Whereas, 50% is going into my will, going to my kids. So your 50%, do you know what I mean? And so, yeah, it's just much cleaner that way.
Yeah, definitely.
To protect our children and protect our assets and the wealth that we're building. Like, what's your thoughts around building wealth together? Because some people will I'll have my workplace pension, you have your workplace pension, I'll do my ISA, you do your ISA. Like, with me, if for example, you can only put £20,000 in ISA and I've got £30,000, I'd give you £10,000 to fill up your ISA. But that's because I see it as we've got £40,000 a year that we can put into ISA to not have to pay tax on it. Other people would say, well, no, I don't. I need to keep it all in my name. What's your thoughts?
I think number one, you have to know your partner. That's important. Do you have the same shared goals and direction? We are very much on the same page where it comes to where our future goes, especially with our kids. Our kids are so important and we want to leave a legacy for them. So we are working towards that goal. Yes, we're working for enjoyment as well, for our future and our retirement, but at the same time we know that we want things for our kids, especially for how we grew up in an immigrant household. We don't necessarily have that, so we want that for our children, number one. Number two, I think it's important because if you're working for the same shared goal, you're both going to work together. You're both going to communicate. You're both going to be very much more open to talking about finances with each other. So I think it is very important that you have the same mindset, especially about finances, because it makes it that much easier to build legacy, to build wealth, to build a future where your children are not starting from zero.
I love that. Finally, on this part, in regards to children, how important do you feel it's important to actually like have the right habits, because these habits are going to pass on to our kids?
Oh, I think it's so important. I don't think there is an age. I think there isn't necessarily an age where you start talking about money. You just talk about money because they're going to pick up about they're going to pick up about how you discuss money at home, what you talk about. Like at home, we're very much intentional with the kids in knowing you can't waste food. Food wastage is money spent, and that's money wastage. So we're very much intentional about what we buy in the house is what we know everyone eats, because we're not going to waste food, which means we're not going to waste money. We're very much open about conversations about money, how it's spent, how it's made, everything like that. And they are learning about that from the conversations we have, from how we surround them with money. So I think you have to be intentional with your kids in how money is discussed. And especially right money habits as well.
And I think we definitely talk about money in front of our kids. So some parents may, we want to talk about the mortgage or talk about buying a house or talk about some investments, and they say, kids, go upstairs or go to your rooms and then have that conversation, or wait till your kids are asleep. We'll have that conversation about money right in front of them. Like, actually, we're not going to buy this because we're trying to save XYZ for this. Or we've got our investments doing this and that. We have that. And then they might even, what's this? What's that? Mommy, what's the, and then we can explain. And so that's conversation, but they also see the way we are with money, the way we are, so that they're learning, it's shaping how they see money and what they're comfortable to talk about money and their conversations around money, and it's shaping them. So like, it's not just having conversation about money with your partner, then trickles down to having conversations with your kids and them being open about money. And so they're a little less likely to make financial mistakes because they've learned from you. And so they know the best ways to go.
Yeah, definitely. And I think our kids, they ask questions. They will come and ask you, what does that mean, mommy? I heard you talking about this. Or Eman's meeting, sometimes they might walk through and then they'll come and ask a question after. And I think educating your children about money is the best thing you can do from such a young age, because when they get older, they're going to understand that, oh, maybe I shouldn't make this financial decision, or maybe I should call daddy, or maybe I should call mummy to ask if it's... And trust me, our kids, they will barter, they barter with us from now, because they're understanding that there is actions equals rewards. So they know that if they do certain things, they might get rewards. So, and it comes from them listening to conversations we have about money at home.
Yeah, exactly that. So to finish off this week, we're talking petty, and I think this one is you when it comes to money. Do you remember how you used to hide Amazon boxes from me?
Yes.
Can we confess on the camera, please? Thank you. God bless you.
I'm very much one of those people. I don't spend money like that, right? And I'm very much like, I would wait for the sale to come, because I'm like, I don't want to pay full price for things. So if there's something I've seen, if I will wait for the sale, I will be patient and then get it cheaper. But then obviously I know Eman's going to be like, you bought something. And so we'll just hide it behind certain things, and then eventually it will find its way into the wardrobe, and then it will come into rotation.
Yeah, but some of these websites, Mims loves a bargain. And so because of that, she's buying like, I got this dress for £10. But you find out there's bare things coming, and you realise that you're still spending.
I'm still spending. So it's definitely like, at first it's exciting because you think you're getting such a bargain for it, but eventually like, you're actually spending money. So then you're watching your spending habit. And for me, I guess I started watching my spending habits. Like, it's getting too much. Let me just cut down. But yeah, definitely there was a time where the packages were behind the coats, because I was just hiding it.
I hear you, but I feel like again, it's open. Like, and then even I found out that some of these packages, like Mums was buying the kids Christmas presents in January, February, and then putting them under the bed for the next Christmas. Do you know what I mean? Because they're on sale.
Yeah.
So, you know, she does do stuff in advance. Mims is very good at getting things on a discount, getting things cheap. Some of the stuff that you see, like some of the stuff in our house, you'd never think it was secondhand, or she gets off these sites, and Mims will drive to, where did you drive to the other day? Like
Streatham, Balham.
Posh Balham. Got a brand new chair, never used. Looks wonderful. But she got it for like
£50.
50 quid, and it's what was the original?
£600.
£600, and she got it for 50 quid. She just had to drive and get it. So she's very good. Like, oh, we need something new. I'm gonna get something new. It's gonna be new to our house. It might not be new when it was made.
New when it was made. So as long as it's from a pet and smoke-free home, we're good.
We made a mistake. We bought one chair from someone that had a cat. We got rid of that within a week. Like, it was. Everybody was sneezing. Everybody was all over the place.
Yeah. So I think you just have to be intentional. There's so much people that buy stuff and they don't need it, so they sell it.
Yeah.
Look at selling sites. Get discount codes. It can definitely save you money in the long run.
No, definitely. All right. Well, how did you find this week's episode?
Yeah, good. I think money is always a good topic to talk about. I think people are scared to talk about money, but you have to talk about it. So yeah.
I loved it. I love spending time with you. Thank you for being you. You're wonderful. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Let us know in the comments your thoughts. Let us know what you'd like us to talk about going forward. Let us know how you are with money, how you are with your partner with money. Are you good at having money conversations with your partner or not? Anything that you've learned from this episode that you're going to put into practice, let us know in the comments. We read them all. We appreciate each and every one of you. And we'll see you on the next one. Thank you.